Hello, Dragon Tank 1400 here, and today I'm going to start a new series called Couples That Would Be Good Together, or Couples That Are Good Together, depending on the couple I'm talking about. And this really has to do with like fictional couples from like mainly cartoons, really, maybe some books and TV shows as well. Now, the focus of this is going to be whether the characters themselves actually will help each other grow and they can grow together as a couple. They kind of like support each other and actually have different character traits that maybe the other person doesn't have, or vice versa. Now, the first couple I want to talk about is from the show Ruby, and that's that I think that Jaune and Emerald would actually make a good couple together. Now, last year I made a video kind of almost as a joke really about a theory of Jaune and Emerald actually getting together. When I did that video, I didn't actually think that Jaune and Emerald would actually be together. I just thought it maybe was a fun idea, if you will. But now, after this last volume, volume 6 of Ruby, I realized that there's actually so much potential for Jaune and Emerald's character to actually develop a romantic relationship. The reason I think this is really based on character and what we learned about Emerald and kind of the direction that Jaune's character is going, and the direction I guess Emerald's character is going. So first and foremost, from volume 6, we can pretty much sure, almost 100% fact, that Emerald will change sides. It was heavily geared towards that way. Now, since we know Emerald will probably change side, Jaune and Emerald developing like a romantic relationship in this show is actually possible. As for the reason why I think Jaune and Emerald would actually make a good couple, let's start with Emerald's character and what we learned about her in volume 6. Her true goal, what she really wants, is a family. She sees Cinder as like a mother / older sister figure, and that's what she really wants. She never had a family, and she really wants a family. Jaune has the biggest family out of any character in the show that we know of so far, and because of this, Emerald would be brought into already a big family, and Jaune would actually know how to be part of a family so that he can actually show Emerald how to be part of a family, because right now she doesn't know how to. She just knows how to be loyal, and that's basically it. And like being concerned for those that she thinks is part of her family. Like she's really concerned for Cinder, and she's really loyal to Cinder, but she doesn't really understand any grasp what a family actually is, and how to receive the love back, if you will. She doesn't understand that Cinder is just using her, and that's not really what a family is. A family is there to like care for each other and to help each other grow from both sides. Having Jaune in her life as a boyfriend, if you will, would help Emerald actually understand what like a family is all about. She would actually learn from Jaune and from members of his own family how to actually be a part of a family, and how to kind of receive that love along with actually giving that love as well. Basically, she would really get what her heart desires, and that's a family, and she would grow in terms of her understanding of what a family actually is as well, which is kind of where I see her character going after she changes sides. So a relationship is like a two-way street, right? You shouldn't have just one person just doing all the growing, that would be Emerald, and the other person just kind of help them grow. Now, for Jaune, kind of where they're taking his character after he has finally accepted Pierre's death in volume 6 is that he actually needs to forgive those who caused that death and who caused the destruction of Beacon. Now, the biggest forgiveness he could do is obviously against Cinder, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's not set up that way. However, since we pretty much know that Emerald's going to change sides, Jaune forgiving Emerald would be actually a huge step in his character development and kind of where they're going with his character. And they kind of already did this before with Blake forgiving Ilya back in volume 5. So it would make sense that they kind of would reinforce that forgiveness again with Jaune and Emerald actually changing sides and Jaune having to forgive her, and that would be kind of Jaune's next step in his character growth. Another reason Emerald would be so good for Jaune is because at this point in the story, Jaune is a leader of his own team, and really almost like the main leader in the battlefield, even more so than Ruby, you could argue. And Jaune needs someone like by his side that's going to be willing to follow him and who is loyal and who's concerned about him and is caring to him. And all these things would represent like Emerald's character of traits she has shown in the past with people that she does consider her family, like Cinder. Now, to flip that again, another reason why Jaune would be so good for Emerald is that Jaune is willing to listen to those that are really struggling with something, and he's really willing to actually help them out and motivate them to carry on. He always did this with Pyrrha back in Volume 3, and he did it with Ruby back in Volume 4. He knows what to say to encourage those that are like going through something, to struggling with something, and he has shown to be actually pretty good at it when he does it. And Emerald has shown that she was going through something in Volume 6, and she tried to reach out to Mercury, and Mercury did not help her out really at all. Emerald just ended up getting mad at him, and later actually had to just say she was sorry for like attacking him. Jaune, on the other hand, would actually listen to her concerns. After, of course, he has forgiven her, he has to get to that step where he has forgiven her, and then he would actually listen to her concerns and actually help her out with them, and give her some actually pretty good advice and encouragement as he has done in the past. So those are some of the few reasons that I find from a character standpoint why Jaune and Emerald would actually be good together as a couple. Now, there's obviously some like counter arguments to this. Jaune and Emerald have never had any interaction at all, but my argument towards that is Emerald's going to change sides, and they're probably going to have some interaction there. I've also come up with like a few different like scenarios, if you will, of how this interaction between Jaune and Emerald would actually go down. I've thought about it, and maybe I'll share those in a different video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye.